Talking about top alcohol funny car, the champ, as mentioned, Frank Manzo is here, and he's got a lot of good competition, Bob, but for some silly reason, a lot of them ended up on the other side of the ladder.
It's amazing. Frank Manzo comes here, loves this racetrack. He also came here for the Lucas Oil race. The Bader family loves having him here. They treat him very well. But four of the best cars in the class, you got Paul Gill, Alexis DeGioia, Steve Harker, Mickey Furrow, the way the ladder plays out, all on the other side of the ladder from Uncle Frank. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy, because I think for the first time in a while, there are a lot of cars here that can run with Frank and give him problems here this weekend.
And when we talk about racing, Frank, the first thing you always have to do is make sure you go A to B. Frank doesn't make many mistakes, but he did in round number one.
Yeah, when he's going to shake with this Alan Abbey team, I mean, he just gets away with one here. John Hart got in the field as the number 16 qualifier. Wasn't expected to mount a real serious charge against Frank, but if he just run his qualifying number, he could have gotten this win. Frank out there shakes, shuts it off, coasts across in the 6-0 range, and then pops both chutes at 184 miles an hour. But there are no bad wins. There are no good losses. Frank goes to the second round.
And if you want to stop him, you got to get him while he's down. Here's Steve Harker, one of the guys we expect to compete year in, year out. That's why he's got the number 2 on his car, taking on Brent Henry, Bobby Martin's old ride for Frank Parker.
Yeah, and Steve Harker back on the tour again. It's a car that can run in the low 550s with Frank. Gets a win. Little doink there as Brent goes over the center line, hits that cone, takes it out. But Steve Harker goes 564. Very solid run. There were a couple of 560s in that opening round. So like I said, Frank could have his hands full here this weekend.
Well, who does have Uncle Frank next in round number 2? For that, we check in with Lauren Stauffer.
Dave, Clint Thompson has Frank Manzo this next session, and let me just tell you, that must be an overwhelming feeling. But Clint, you have a lot of things to get excited about this summer. We're coining this the funny car summer. Why is that?
Well, you know, this summer we're just taking off and we're going to a lot of racetracks back here, back east, places that we've never been before. I'm taking the whole summer off. We've got 2 cars that we're running this at this point, and just going to go out and have a blast. We're just doing what we want to do and going where we want to go. Traveling around with my wife and just having a ball.
Well, you've coined the phrase WWFD, which means what would Frank do? When you got back to the hotel last night, did it set in that, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to race Frank Manzo in second round?
Well, that's right. Actually, it set in as soon as we won that first round. We knew where we were going to be, and really that's what we're back here for. We love racing against the good cars. We wanted to come back here, race guys like Frank and Mickey and Todd Benny, you know, Steve Harker. A lot of great cars. There's a lot of great cars out west where we normally race too, but we want to dice it up with some of the different guys, and never going to be able to beat him if I don't race him. So we're excited about it. We're looking forward to it.
Well, coming all the way out from Oregon, we'll have to see if Clint can figure out what would Frank do and if he can do it better.
Now, that's a good screensaver there for Clint Thompson. Our Lucas Oil ladder heading into round 2 finds Frank Manzo giving up lane choice to Clint Thompson. Todd Benny will also pick his lane out of the number 5 spot. On the other side of the ladder, it will be Mickey Furrow picking his, courtesy of his 566. And then it will be Steve Harker and Alexis DeGioia, and Steve Harker picking his lane.